Welcome back to Central Valley Talk. This is our real estate show, real estate and home improvement. And we have experts come on our show kind of explaining some things that I'm always confused about. I'm a real estate broker, but there's just some things that are a little beyond my understanding. And, you know, I just turned, I hate to say on the air, but I just turned 65. I'm seeing how much pension I'm going to get. I'm seeing how much Social Security I can get. And so I've been thinking about this whole reverse mortgage. I own a home, and I just can't figure out what it's all about. So I decided we would bring on an expert today, Dennis Keithley. Welcome, Dennis.
Thank you very much. I'm not sure about an expert, but I have enough knowledge to be dangerous.
Well, you've been
Let's
in
put
the
it that
business
way.
about 20 years, right?
I've been in the mortgage business 20, and the last 11 years have focused primarily on the senior market,
Yeah.
which would be the reverse mortgage.
And you do that's your thing now, reverse
That's all
mortgage.
I
So
do.
you're the
That's
guy.
all-
You're
that's
the
all
man
I
on that.
focus.
Now you're from second generation Californian.
Second generation Californian. Family has been in the eastern area for over 100 years.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
And our family were Sun-made growers, and my grandfather was a accountant,
Mhm.
bookkeeper for Sun-Made when they
Wow.
were off of Adams, just over the railroad tracks.
Mhm.
There's a brick building, so he was there.
Yeah.
So yeah, we were gentlemen farmers.
And you went to school here? What school? High
I went
school?
to Washington Union, so I'm a Panther. Went
Mhm.
to Fresno State
Yeah.
for a few years, and I went back to school in Arizona.
But you traveled the world,
I've been blessed, yes.
multiple countries.
Yeah, junior year abroad program through Cal State University. So I was in Sweden for a year, up in
Wow.
Uppsala, about 60 miles north
Yeah.
of Stockholm. And then I went to the Nederlands Opleiding Institute for the Buitenland, which
Mhm.
was the Dutch International Business School. It's like my last year. There was a program English, and it's through, I went to the University of California, but we had University of Oregon. So there's a professor, Dr. Dietz was there, and all the professors were Dutch, but their English was better than mine. And then I was fortunate I did a work-study program for Shell Oil down in Rotterdam for I think 12 weeks.
So you saw the world, you studied other places, other economies, and you came back home, and now
Correct.
you're serving the people of the valley.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
So tell me, like I said, I know what my Social Security is going to be. I know what my little pensions
Mhm.
are going to pay me and stuff like that. And I don't know, man. I don't know how long I can afford to live. What's the process? What's my home? I hate to sell it. I hate to get just a new mortgage on it just to live off of.
Right.
What are my options?
Okay, you have a couple of options. What we would do, first of all, I'm really a consultant.
Mm-hmm.
So I sit down at the kitchen table, just sort of, hey, Mike, what's going on? You know, what do you want to do? What's the situation with your home? So if it's right for you, you know, age perfect, you know, at least one has to be 62.
Mm-hmm. I got that.
Yeah, so you have to have equity in your home. And then
Now, this is by statute, by state law, or federal
That's federal law.
Federal law.
yeah, the reverse mortgage is really not the really appropriate name is a home equity conversion mortgage, or a HECM.
Okay.
It's an FHA insured product.
And
You
the only
know,
people that can get those by law or statute is over 62.
That is correct.
I
Yeah, and
see.
it's FHA. So what is nice about it is there's a lot of protections for seniors that I like. It has to be a benefit to you
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like that. So in essence, we're basically paying off a mortgage or mortgages that you have.
Okay.
So by law, this started back in 1989. Congress, Reagan was the president at the time, passed it because not that many people, you know, like probably your parents, my dad had a pension,
Yeah.
but very few people get a pension now.
Right.
So Congress was looking, you know, what kind of options might we have for seniors? So they came up with this program. And one of the things too is we would take a look at. So you mentioned Social Security. So we look at, would the house be able to help you and delay your Social Security until you're 70?
I see.
So what that does is you're actually getting 7.5% more.
Mm.
So by delaying it, it would be a benefit to you. So we see if that really makes sense or not.
So
for you.
instead of needing it now and taking it now,
Right.
because I get a lot more when I'm 70. I mean, a lot more, huh?
Absolutely. Well, the whole thing is we always say, start the process of legal look into it when you're 62,
Okay.
because that's the starting point. We do have other products, but proprietary at 55. So if we could sit down with you, we're going to see what product, if it's right for you, would be most benefit. So,
I get confused about all that, whether I should
Right.
wait or whether I should not, but maybe if somebody's watching who's confused like me, they could talk to Dennis Keithley.
right.
For free,
Absol-
right?
Oh,
It's
yeah,
free to talk to you, right?
absolutely. I mean, again, my thing is I want you to understand the product.
Yeah. Mhm.
And a lot of people think it's a scam, you know, you're taking my
Yeah.
home, this and that. It really isn't.
Right.
You know, so I would go over that, protections that you have for a senior. Then we would just say, if it makes sense, we'll move forward. If not, if it isn't a benefit for you, I don't want to do it.
Yeah, it's better to find out up
Oh,
front.
yeah.
Now,
And,
what would it give me? Would it give me a monthly payment? What would I get out of it?
That's a good question. Again, there are like multiple options for you, Mike. Again, we would see what do you need.
Mhm.
Some people might get like a monthly payment for almost life, like an annuity.
Right.
Some people might want to have X amount of dollars per month for 5 years or 10 years, or they just might want some money now, put the rest of the money in a line of credit, and their line of credit will grow. The nice thing about that,
Line of credit, you use it as you need it.
exactly, it's like a backup plan. And the thing about that is a lot of people are worried about inflation, they're worried about paying for things, food prices have gone
Yeah.
up. So with this, I wrote down, you know, we could turn 5,000 to 10,000 in 10 years, 10,000 to 20, 25 to 50, $100,000 in roughly 10 years or less. The beauty of it too, it's tax-free.
Oh, wow. Got my attention, Dennis.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I'm just thinking that all these programs, so in a couple of years, when I really retire and take my Social Security or whatever, this place is gonna need some work, probably a roof and stuff like
Sure.
that. So can I use a reverse mortgage that way? And-
Absolutely. In fact, some of the reasons people might get a reverse mortgage is maybe in a couple of years, like you mentioned, you need a new roof. You might need an an AC unit. What's happening to a lot of seniors that we work with, they want to stay in their home.
Yes.
So they've been there 20, 30 years, so a wee bit outdated.
Yeah,
So
everything's
they
outdated.
might want to redo the kitchen. You know, some of the people that have some physical challenges with a walker or a wheelchair, we can make, or, you know, talk to
yeah.
pros that can set up the kitchen
Mhm.
where you can get your
Right.
wheelchair underneath there, widen the doorways and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Another thing too is that I've seen a couple of cases where the product has actually become a living legacy.
Mhm.
So what they've done, they've taken some money out to help with grandkids' education or help with their kids for a down payment. And I had a lady down in Southern California. She wanted to be close to her children, and grandchildren, so they were living about 5 miles away, so she sold her home, and we used the money, the proceeds, to buy a home.
Mm.
So it's another thing, the realtors, that's one thing that they don't realize, you can actually use the reverse mortgage
For
to
that.
purchase a home, exactly.
Huh. Now, would I be making payments?
No,
Yeah.
I mean, you can
Excuse
if you
me.
don't. The caveat is, basically, we're paying off any mortgages. You have that option to make the payment or not. Now, if you do make a payment and you have a line of credit, that money goes in the line of credit.
I see. Is there something I could accidentally do and get foreclosed on?
Yes, it's just like any mortgage. If you don't make your property taxes,
Mm.
pay for homeowners insurance,
Stuff like
if
that,
you're
yeah.
in a condo, you know, we can do condos or spot condos, you know, your home owners association, we can do that. The
What-
whole thing.
What I was worried about is, what about when I have my stroke and I'm not paying attention? You know, is everything kind of taken care of, automatic payments that need to be
You
made?
can do
for
that if you want. I mean, I've had people where the one gentleman in San Diego was maybe a few years older than his wife, but his wife had longevity in her family, so basically he had it set up where property taxes, or homeowners insurance was set up.
It's all taken care
Or
of.
you can do that with your broker. But particularly here in the valley, what's happened if you're living up in Shaver Lake or Huntington with the fires and stuff like that, now homeowners insurance, $10,000 a month, I mean a year.
Yeah,
So who can afford to pay that?
no.
With the reverse mortgage, that would allow you to do that,
To
to
do
have
that.
money or funds there for that.
Yeah, I just was thinking about, you know, I'm at that age where you go, should I take my Social Security now or wait till I'm 67? And it's one
Mhm.
thing if I wait till 70. It's a giant difference.
Yes.
So I'm seeing that the small interest you might pay on a mortgage like this, a reverse mortgage, it could far outweigh the value of waiting detailed this
Absolutely.
later.
And that's part of our job as reverse mortgage professionals. We want to see, things can we do for you? We can work with a financial advisor, we can set up, work with your trust attorney, things like that. So, I mean, I'm basically like a resource for seniors, so I can refer you to different places, different things, different professionals. They can help you. I don't get paid for it. I don't want to. It's just, part of a senior advocate,
Yeah.
out there for you.
Well, funny you bring that up because, we have our senior show here on Central Valley Talk, and it comes up all the time. People do things when they have to.
Mm-hmm.
And by a little planning in advance, like talking to you in advance, they could avoid some costly mistakes later.
Absolutely. Well, one thing that can happen is that as we mature and we retire, we don't have the income.
Mm-hmm.
So what that means is that a lot of people think, well, I can refinance, but you may not have the income.
Right.
You might have too much debt, even with a home equity line of credit. So with us, with the reverse mortgage or the home equity conversion mortgage, is that we are not as strict on certain guidelines. We don't have ratios. Income, most people, I had one exception where she didn't qualify enough income, but we want to see too that there's enough income to pay for your bills so you don't get in a situation.
Now, another thing idea pops into my mind. Maybe my home's worth $300,000 right now,
Mm-hmm.
and for some miracle, I live another 20 years, and now it's worth $600,000. How does that work into the reverse mortgage?
Well,
If I get dramatically new equity
right. We can also do a refinance.
during that period.
Right. However, at least a year after you got the current one, however, again, it has to be a benefit for you.
Benefit.
Because there's certain criteria. You have to have more equity. You have to have a few other benefits in order to do it for you. So again, it has to be a win-win situation.
And the rules and the laws are structured to protect the seniors.
Oh, absolutely,
Yeah. And
absolutely.
it's not a scam or anything like that. It's very,
It's interesting you brought that up because we always, a couple of questions we always get is that, well, it's a scam. Well, it's a scam, why have 1.2 million people gotten a reverse mortgage? When you compare it with other mortgages, we have the least complaints. And the people who have gotten a reverse mortgage, 90+% are happy with the process, and even when they finish, so they've been very satisfied that they got it and what it's able to do for them.
what has worried me, with my parents, and I'm a senior citizen, not just my parents,
Right.
but people my
Sure.
age. They're seeing these people on TV, and they're big TV stars and movie stars
Sure.
and stuff like that. And that's where I worry. I'm not saying those are bad or anything, but I'd rather a local guy
Mhm.
who's been multi-generationally right here in the valley, seen our own ups and downs and lived through the ups and downs we go through in the valley. And
Yeah, I agree
I just
with
would
you.
feel safer sending
Yeah.
someone to someone like
So
you.
why talk to someone in Southern California
Right.
that doesn't know where Parlier is, or Monmouth, or Carruthers,
Right.
or Exeter, or Tres Piedras,
Right.
Tranquility, all these little places that if you grew up, you really know what they are. And then also being able to talk to people, because I've been through a lot of situations they have. I might even known their kids might have gone to high school, or friends, so on and so forth. So that's why it's good to talk to someone that's local, that knows the area, and they have no concept,
Let me ask you, before we came on the air, you're talking about you know a lot of people in the senior business,
Correct.
and so you know other resources. You know other people that
Absolutely.
you can refer
Right.
them to on a variety of things that it's going to coming up. It's coming up for all of
Exactly.
us.
Well, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show value as a reverse mortgage professional. I want to refer you to later on, like you mentioned, you might have a need for assisted living for someone. I can refer you to people that do that. Also, I've done Medicare in the past, so I can refer you to several people in Medicare. If people want to sell a home, I can help people. Are you looking for a lady, looking for a man, what area you are at, what are your concerns, are you bilingual? So I have all of that right there. Financial planners, so if you're looking for someone, I can refer that to you. And
This
just
whole trust thing is confusing too. So
Absolutely.
you have all these resources. People,
Absolutely.
you're not making money doing this.
no, I don't want to. I
yeah.
just want to be a valuable resource where I'm giving back to the community.
That's great.
And that's why I got involved in Lions Club and And I was involved in Rotary, Alzheimer's. My dad had Alzheimer's, dementia.
Yeah.
So at our stage in life, it's about giving back, not getting,
Yeah.
but giving.
Very good.
So you have to have a big heart. And
Dennis, we're way past time. I could talk to you all day because this is important. Any last thoughts for our viewers?
no, I think it's important. You just will say, hey, I'm not interested, don't want to do it. Talk to someone like myself. Just get accurate facts because it might be more than you really think. And again, no cost, no obligation. So at least if it's appropriate, you're educated, you know what it is. It may not be appropriate now, but it might be in the future. So you want to look at your options. So you don't look at your options, you may not know. Like you said, it might be too late.
Yeah.
You may not qualify.
Very good. Tell us about your website.
Okay, the website is up there. It's senior, let's see,
Retirement?
sorry, I apologize. It's right there on the website.
Right.
But it has information on there. There's a quick calculator. You can see what you might qualify for. Just some general information.
Retirementfinancialoptions.com.
Correct. Thank you, Mike.
Neither of us
You
can
can
see
read
that
better than I
part,
can.
Dennis. And the phone number, 559-917-4955.
That's why I put my glasses
There
here.
you go. Anyway, call Dennis. It's free to find out. If you're thinking of taking your Social Security early, maybe ask Dennis what might happen. Maybe he's going to say, yeah, that's the best thing for you. But find out before you do
Right,
that.
because I took Social Security early because it was a benefit to me, but other people may not. So I can look at both sides and give you sites to go to and see what you might have or qualify for.
Very good.
Again, Mike, thank you. Listeners, thank you so much. I look forward to being of service to you.
And we'll be back with more real estate and home improvement right after this.